English Standard 8 Figures of Speech. Students, last time we had studied about the poetic devices or figures of speech. In that we have studied 10 figures of speech. If you don't have the notes, I will send them again. So we have studied about simile, metaphor, personification, epigram, antithesis, oxymoron, euphemism, irony, exclamation and interrogation. So we are going to study the remaining now 10 figures of speech for this year. So total you have 20 figures of speech and we are going to study the remaining 10. Out of that, now the first figure of speech over here is climax. So what is climax? A set of related ideas or statements is expressed in order of increasing importance and intensity, and the ending is the most impressive idea. So it is whatever the idea is there. If it is an idea about happiness, or if it is an idea of sorrow, of anything other than that, also it is shown in the increasing importance. What do you mean by increasing importance? It is like ascending order. So the now here they have given the example. The spectators smiled, giggled, and finally burst into laughter. So it is given in increasing importance. First is smile. Smile is just we just move our lips. That is smile. Giggle is to little bit laugh aloud, and burst into laughter is laughing out very aloud. So it is shown in the increasing order of laughing. Same way it can be in the increasing order of sorrow. That cry, weep, burst into tears, like that. Or it can be any other idea also. So when it is shown in increasing importance, first word which is there, that will be less important, then the next word is little bit more important, and the last one will be maximum, when finally it will be the most important, that way. Like the degrees of comparison which we have studied, isn't it? Positive, comparative and superlative, how we write good, better, best, that way only it is. So that is climax. So the expression of joy, what is this shown over here? The expression of joy is arranged in the order of its increasing intensity, finally resulting in the most impressive. So most impressive one is what? That it is burst into laughter. Now anticlimax. Now what is anticlimax? It is opposite of climax, where it is shown in the decreasing order. Like it was in the increasing order, this is in the decreasing order. So it is opposite of climax and signifies a sudden and at times an absurd descent. Descent means to come down, from high to low. So when you are going from a lower to high, it is known as climax, and when high to low, it is the anticlimax. Now what is the example for anticlimax? A lie is a sin, an abominable act and useful help in time of trouble. So lie means to speak something false which is not true. So first they say that lie is what? It is a sin. Sin means it is a very bad thing which you can do. Pap, like we say in Hindi or Marathi. So what is sin? It is a pap. You should not do it. Then second they have said that it is an abominable act. Abominable act is act which is not liked by anyone, which people don't like. So that is. And third what they have said, and useful help in time of trouble. So sometimes it is useful also in time of trouble. So if you are in trouble and if you speak false, or if you don't speak the truth, then it is okay. So first maximum important is over here is sin, that is grave mistake which you can do. Next is abominable act, which is something which is not liked by people. And useful help means it is which you do to help others when they are in trouble and you don't speak the truth. So this is anticlimax. Next figure of speech we are going to study is hyperbole. Sometimes for emphasis an idea is exaggerated, which is known hyperbole. Like exaggeration, like we say something which is not, which we have to express something. We say there was a crowd of lakh of people. Now you cannot say that if there is a crowd it will be of lakh people or how much, but it is exaggeration to show how big it is or how huge it is. We do this, so that is known as hyperbole. Now here example for hyperbole is 10,000 saw I at a glance. It is from the poem Daffodils. So what the poet here says, he sees some flowers, daffodils, and he says that he has seen 10,000 at a glance. So in one glance he says he has seen 10,000. Now there wouldn't be 10,000 flowers. There must be something 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000. But when the poet sees them all together, he thinks that they are many flowers, and he says that they are 10,000s of flowers. I saw them at a glance. So that is hyperbole. He is exaggerating the number of flowers over here. Next is tautology. Here the words or expressions of similar meaning are used mainly for emphasis, sometimes for eloquence. The same meaning word is used again and again. Sometimes it is shown to emphasis, like how important it is. Emphasis to make it very perfect, they want to say the same thing again and again. Sometimes teachers also tell you to do the same things again and again, or repeat the same sentences again and again. That why? Because they want you to be perfect, or listen to it properly. That's why it is told again and again. Now here what is said again and again? Tautology: pure, unadulterated sunflower oil is available here. Now what is the meaning of pure? Is unadulterated. Unadulterated means which doesn't have anything impure in it. Unadulterated meaning is which is impure. And unadulterated meaning is which does not have anything impure. So the meaning of pure and unadulterated is same. It is used as the same word, but here they have used both the words to show how pure it is. So when the shopkeepers they advertise, they use these words where the same words have the same meaning, but to emphasize that they will be getting some pure things, the shopkeeper will use these words in his sentence. So pure unadulterated sunflower oil is available here. The meaning of word unadulterated is already contained in the word pure. So unadulterated means pure, but here they have used it both the words. Next is transferred epithet. Here the adjective is shifted from its original place, the word that it qualifies, and is placed before another word to which it does not really belong. So here what is done in this epithet, transferred epithet? The adjective. Now why do we use adjective? We use adjective to describe about the noun or noun. So here what they do, the adjective is lifted or shifted from the place before the noun, and it is placed somewhere else. The old woman passed 3 sleepless nights before her husband arrived. The adjective or epithet sleepless is transferred from the person. Now who was sleepless? Woman was sleepless, isn't it? But here what they have shifted, this sleepless from the woman whom it describes, that the woman was sleepless, to nights. So they have transferred this adjective sleepless from women to nights. That's why it is said as transferred epithet. Epithet means adjective. So transferred epithet means the adjective is transferred from the main noun to something else. So the old woman passed 3 sleepless nights before her husband arrived. Next is repetition. Repetition, as you know, repeat means say it again and again. So in repetition, a word or a phrase or a line which is significant, which is important, is repeated in order to raise the effect, to have maximum effect, to emphasize or to show what is important. The same line is repeated again and again. Yeah, example: rain, rain, go away. So here the rain is being emphasized, that rain, please go away. So they are saying the word rain, rain again and again. The repetition of the words rain conveys the meaning more effectively. Next figure of speech is inversion. The normal order of words is suitably rearranged for the purpose of emphasis or rhyme. Here when we say any sentence, we use some order, isn't it? I go for a walk, I go to work. So there is an order to the sentence. But sometimes what happens, to emphasize or to show something different, the order of the sentence is changed. Okay, like we saw in the Pilgrim poem. If you remember, we saw in the poem Pilgrim that the order of the sentence was repeated. Yes, in the Pilgrim poem, we have seen this sentence: the old man crossed in the twilight dim. So the inversion is there here. The words in the line are arranged in inverse manner. The old man crossed him dim twilight. It should be dim twilight, but they have written here twilight dim to show the exact meaning. So here the normal order of the words is arranged. The normal order of words here, now see, rest in the bottom lay. The normal order of the words would have been rest lay in the bottom, but they have rearranged it and shown it this way. Next figure of speech is alliteration. Now here what happens, here there is a pleasant repetition of sound characterized by a letter or by a syllable. Same sound or same syllable or same letter is repeated again and again, so that is alliteration. Example, Edna's enigmatic smile enchanted the inmates of the entire elevator. So the sound of letter E is repeated. Like many times we have the tongue twisters. You know what are tongue twisters? um, uh, there are many tongue twisters in English. I will send you some. I'll just think about them. There is a Betty Booper bought a butter, but the butter was bitter. So in that also the sound of B is repeated. So that is alliteration. So that mainly it is used for tongue twisters or for showing something in the poem. Now here is Alina. In this example, Edna's enigmatic smile enchanted the inmates of the entire elevator. The sound denoted by the letter E is repeated, thus producing a pleasant effect to the ear. So we like to hear such things where the same sound is repeated. So that is alliteration. Next is pun. Pun is a play on words having similarity of sound but carrying a different meaning, both of which are applicable in the context of the statement. So pun means same word, the sound is same, but the meaning of the word is different. So now here life depends on the liver. Now here liver means what? Liver is the person who is living, that is also liver, and the organ, body organ inside our body, that is also very which important organ of a body. So life of our life depends on the liver, that is the organ, and it also depends upon the person who is living, how he spends his life. So if he is not doing good in his life, his life will not be good, but if he is doing something nice, then his life will be good. And also it depends upon the organ liver. So here the word liver has two meanings, namely organ of the body and the person, but both the meanings fit into the sentence. Now this sentence you can take the either meaning, it will be correct. So if I take it as a person, life depends on the liver, that is also correct. And if I take it as an organ, life depends on the liver, that will also be correct. Next, last figure of speech which we have to study is onomatopoeia. See the pronunciation of this and see the spelling also. It is a little bit difficult spelling. Onomatopoeia. The words denoting sound are used. Here the sound, different sound is used, like roar, rust, rustling, then what else, sound of the rain, dripping, all such sounds are used to give some poetic effect. The words denoting sound. The lion's mighty roar was heard amidst the rustling of leaves. Now roar is a sound, and rustling means moving of the leaves when they cross against each other, or when they move about in the wind due to the air or due to the wind. That sound is known as the rustling of leaves. So here the words roar and rustling convey a sense of sound. So when we hear these words roaring, we find that it is a sound. So I hope you have understood all these figures of speech. Earlier also I think I had sent a video of figures of speech. I don't know but if you have it or not, I'll just check it. But I will send all the notes of all these 20 figures of speech.